What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Marvel 2026 news video. And today we have the official HD pictures of the new LEGO Marvel D2C set for this year, and that is the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier. So this is set 76334 is 18 plus, has 3,057 pieces and 6 minifigures. And this set will come out on June 1st, 2026, which is a few months away. And this set costs $400 in the US. So yeah, that is pretty expensive. Again, I am a real sucker for expensive Lego sets as always, but this set should have been like a $370 set because it used to be that price, but they just range it all the way up to 400. So let's take a look at every single image of the set. So we have the front of the box, which you can see right here, and this set looks awesome. Honestly, looks so much better than the original version from 11 years ago. I missed out on that set, and I still wish I had it back in the past right before I started this channel in 2015, but still, this looks pretty cool. I love how this set doesn't expose way too many studs like the old one has, but I love the box art design. So we have the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier logo, and we have the Infinity Saga logo that is based off of, since this set has some great references that's based off of the first Avengers movie from 2012, as well as Captain America the Winter Soldier from 2014. So I love like the side of the box that has the front part of the helicarrier. We do get the stand that has all the minifigures as I mentioned. So yeah, we have that classic adult collector's 18 plus style box design. So yeah, I totally dig that look for the helicarrier itself with the nice detailing for it. Here's the back of the box for the build itself. So we have some pretty cool references. I love like the right side of the box that has the pictures of the scenes of the ship that's about to fly up into the air. Those were the scenes from the first Avengers movie from 2012. And I love that epic moment of the helicarrier that's going all the way up in the air from the ocean. So yeah, I just love how the rotors are popping up and also everything else to it. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. I love how they added those 3 images. And we have like the size scale for the build itself that shows how long this build really is. And I love how you can attach that flame piece on that rotor to recreate like the references from the first Avengers movie, how like Hawkeye just blows up the rotor itself in Iron Man, and Cap is going to fix it. And I love how we have a mini Quinjet right here that you can attach to the rotor itself with that hovering piece. I thought that is a pretty awesome build. And yeah, I just totally dig everything else for the back of the box. Now here's the actual set itself. So we do get pretty cool things for the build that you get. So I love how you can attach and detach that flame piece for that rotor over there, and same thing with that micro scale Quinjet. So that looks pretty good. I love the build for the runway, which is pretty good with that bottom part that has the Quinjet or just any fighter jet that's about to take off from the ground. And we have like some cargo area and some other vehicles for the top part of the other runway for the ship itself. And I love the 64 number for the other angle, which you can see on the left side of the picture itself for that corner of the helicarrier. And we have like one over here in that larger scale look in the right side. And I love the build for the stand. I love how you can attach some minifigures on it. And we have that printed plaque that says LEGO Marvel Helicarrier. So yeah, that is pretty cool. And I love like that ship display style look for the stand itself, like how that happened with the Milano, the 2 different Quinjets, the Benatar, and the Bowie. So yeah, that is pretty good. I love the designs for the rotors. They look pretty good. And this set has way too many stickers, because I noticed some on the runways and also the 64 number and some parts of it too, and even the S.H.I.E.L.D. logos too. And again, I love how this set doesn't expose any studs all over the ship itself like the 2015 version did, because when they did that to the old version, I wasn't a fan of it. But for the new one, it looks so much better. It's much sleeker as I thought it would. So yeah, I just totally dig everything else for the build itself, it looks pretty good. I love how they use some of the Nexonite pieces in light gray for the rotors. So yeah, all four of them, which you can see. And I love how each rotor has the S.H.I.E.L.D logo at the end of the build itself, which looks pretty good. And yeah, I just totally dig everything else. I love how they added the hovering pieces for Cap, Nick, Hawkeye, and Bucky to recreate like some awesome action poses for the display build itself, which looks pretty nice. And this is what the front part of the helicarrier looks like. So that is the same picture that we've seen on the side of the box that we already took a look at earlier. So yeah, I just love like the rest of the sticker detailing with the S.H.I.E.L.D logo, the 64 number, and also the stickers for the run. Well, yeah, the runway is what I meant to say, but they could just printed that, man. Well, again, I love stickers a lot, but we don't need way too many freaking stickers. And we have like that front angle of the fighter jet or the Quinjet that is attached to that jumper piece, like how we've gone from the CMF series and some of the other sets too. And we have the rest of the Nexonite pieces from the front part of the build, which looks pretty good. I love how they added like the skeleton arms on the rotors that I forgot to mention on the previous image. So yeah, that looks pretty great. I love how they added like that fork piece as like one of the antennas for the bottom parts for the build itself, and even like the spoon pieces. I thought it's a clever look. So yeah, that is pretty nice how Lego did that for the build itself. And yeah, you can remove the runway to reveal like the interior of the build itself that we will get into in just a bit after we take a look at the image. So yeah, I just love how they added like the cargo boxes and some vehicles for the build itself for like the top and bottom part for the ship with the runway. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I love like the sticker detailing with the dark gray and the yellow lining textures on the left and right side of the build with those two rotors. So yeah, very nice design for the front part, and I totally dig it. And now let's get into the interior part of the ship. So we have three pictures of the interiors of the helicarrier. So I did say you can remove the runway piece to reveal like some references inside the ship. So here we have the first image that has like the little like meeting room with all the S.H.I.E.L.D agents and even Nick Fury, Agent Coulson, Maria Hill. But instead of using microfigures, they use studs to recreate the characters. Well, represent the characters is what I meant to say. But it would have been better if they bring back the micro scale figures like how the old one did. Because to me, it looks better to do that instead of just using some studs to create the characters inside the ship. But I love the little table area that has the S.H.I.E.L.D logo, and love like those light gray like tile pieces to recreate the chairs. And I love the translucent chisel pieces in blue to recreate like the computer screens for the S.H.I.E.L.D agents to let them work and to see what is going on in the helicarrier. And I love that translucent clear window piece for the view itself. And I love how all the pieces are here to see how this whole thing is connected. So yeah, that is just pretty great with the whole build for the reference itself. And here's my favorite part of the build itself. We have a comic book reference to one of the old Captain America comics that we've been getting from the past since the 2010s, and that is the Captain America Winter Soldier comic book. So that is awesome. They recreate the front cover of the comic book itself that we have Bucky in his Winter Soldier look, and even his classic look that we can see on the right side of the cover. And we have like another angle of him in his classic look that is based off of the comics, and it says Captain America. So yeah, that is really awesome, and I just love it right here. And there's one problem with it. It's a freaking sticker. I mean, they could have just printed that. They could just made that piece printed. Why the hell is it a sticker? They could just like print that piece, man. I mean, they could just done that. Well, even though in the Avengers Tower, we have a classic comic book look for the old Avengers comic that was a sticker, and they could just printed that. And why can't they just do it for this one? But at least it still looks good, but still, it is like my favorite part of the set, which is some good Easter eggs. I love me some good Easter eggs from the old Marvel movies and even the classic comics that we've begun from the past, especially the 2010s, but at least it looks so dang good. And here we have the 2012 Avengers reference. We have Loki in his cell. So I love how they recreated like that cell built for Loki, and we have like a stud designed for Loki himself that he is inside of his own cell in the Helicarrier, like how Nick Fury explains how the machine works for him when he is locked away, thanks to Thor, Cap, and Iron Man. So yeah, I just love that little area that we gotten for that little cell area, and we can't see a bit of his scepter right behind the cell. So yeah, that is in that different room right here. So yeah, they reuse like that Hobbit/Lord the Rings staff piece in gold to recreate Loki's scepter is a bit accurate, but I wish they like made fully accurate, but at least I totally dig that. And the coolest part is it can't drop out of the helicarrier. So yeah, you can't recreate like that scene where the cell drops out, but in the movie Thor was in that cell and Loki just dropped him out of the ship. So at least that is a really cool reference, and we can see like some of the figures over here, especially Hawkeye and his mind control look. So yeah, I just love like that design, how you can't drop out that cell out of the helicarrier. And I love like the different angles for the display stand itself with the tile pieces and also everything else that you get for the build. And finally, let's take a look at all 6 of these minifigures. So all these figures are officially exclusive to this $400 set. So let's take a look at them from left to right. So let's start off with Agent Coulson. And I'm so happy that they brought him back after 9 years from that Detroit Steel set. So I'm glad they are bringing him back because we want a Lego set that has Agent Coulson in it, because like I said, it has been 9 years since we've gotten, but I still have that 2017 version of him in my collection. So I love the torso printing right here with this suit and tie and that black tie, which is pretty good. I love how they added his name tag on the left side of his coat, so that looks pretty good. And he does come with that briefcase in black, so that looks pretty nice for what you're getting. I love the face printing that captures Clark Gregg's likeness, and he has a double-sided face print that we already seen before in the previous image that he is wearing his sunglasses. So right now he has his regular face with that headset. The hairpiece looks pretty good for what you're getting. Well, it could be accurate to capture Clark Gregg's look, but still, I'm happy that they brought him back into this wave. Well, just the set itself. And we do get Hawkeye in his black outfit, so this is right before he has his main outfit on in the 2012 Avengers movie. And I love how they added dual-molded legs for him. It looks so good on him. It's perfect. It's totally perfect. So we do get the same design for the leg printing. Nothing too special about that at all, but it is fine for the way it is. But the torso printing looks fantastic in my opinion. The face printing looks good. At least they captured Jeremy Renner's likeness pretty well for that face print. I love like the second face print that has the blue eyes to recreate that mind control look thanks to Loki. And we do get that spiky hairpiece in that dark tan color. He does come with his bow and arrow and his quiver. So yeah, this has to be like the coolest Hawkeye minifigure that I've ever seen. So like I said, that is his look based off of the 2012 Avengers movie. And we do get a way better version of Bucky. So last year, from that remake of the Civil War airport battle set that we've gotten since last January, they screwed up that look for the way he is, because I did appreciate Lego making Bucky inaccurate from that Civil War airport battle set from last year. But this year, they made him so much better, and I'm so happy about that. So I love the design for the printing for the torso, hips, legs, and toes. That looks pretty good. And they finally add some arm printing for his middle arm. That is supposed to be like that, and I'm very happy how they did that. So I love the red star on that left shoulder for his middle arm. And we do get that classic slope hairpiece in dark brown. And yes, I'm glad they did that, because that is how Bucky's hair is supposed to look like in his Winter Soldier look. And the face printing looks so much better. They capture Sebastian Stan's likeness pretty well with that eye marketing detailing for both of his eyes. And I love the second face that he is wearing his Winter Soldier mask. And the next figure is the one that everyone is mostly excited for, and that is Captain America in his stealth suit. Finally, we got a stealth suit Cap minifigure. After all these years, we finally have one. So I love how they made his shield accurate in that sand blue color, which looks pretty good. And they gave him dual molded legs and arm printing. That looks so good. So I love the design for the leg and toe printing with that dual molded leg design. The head printing looks good, and even the torso printing. So I totally dig the detailing for the arm printing, which looks nice, and the headpiece is the same one that we've been getting. At least it still works. I love the helmet design, which looks pretty good. And yeah, this has to be the minifigure of the year. I'm glad Lego is adding him into this set. And we wanted a Stealth Suit Cap minifigure for so long, and I'm glad Lego is making it happen. We do get a new Maria Hill minifigure. It has been a while since we've gotten a Maria Hill minifigure, since in like Far From Home, from that minifigure accessory pack in 2019. But yeah, I totally dig the detailing for her. I love the torso and arm printing, looks pretty good. I love that dark brown ponytail hairpiece. The face print looks pretty good with that headset, but it would have been nice if they gave her some dual molded legs with that black boot design, like how she had those boots on the films, because that would have worked perfectly for the character, since without it, it looks pretty dull. Nick Fury is brand new. I thought they are gonna reuse that one from 2019 from Spider-Man Far From Home, but thank God they didn't, because I was starting to get pretty tired of that figure. But I totally did like the face printing. They captured Sam L. Jackson's likeness pretty well. The torso, hip, leg, and toe printing looks pretty good. I wish they gave him some side arm printing with the S.H.I.E.L.D. logos for his S.H.I.E.L.D. jacket to complete the look, but at least the figure looks pretty fine for the way he is. He is sort of exciting, but at least it's about time that Lego gave us a new Nick Fury minifigure instead of just reusing the 2019 version from Far From Home. But at least I totally dig the detailing for the toes, leg, hip, and torso printing, as well as the face printing. But I still wish they gave him some side arm printing with the S.H.I.E.L.D. logos to complete the look. So there you guys have it. These are all the official pictures of the new Lego Marvel Helicarrier set for this year. So like I said, it is going to come out on June the 1st, which is the beginning of my birthday month. And I'll see if I could get this set. Well, even though this is a $400 set, and I know I said this before, but I am a real sucker for expensive Lego sets, because it is definitely my thing. But I'll see if I could buy this set. Well, I know I wanted the Stealth Suit Cap minifigure as well as the new Bucky minifigure in my collection. So I totally dig the references, especially that Winter Soldier comic book and the Dropout Cell reference from the first Avengers movie. So yeah, I love how they made the ship look sleek and cool looking, and I'm glad they didn't expose way too many studs like the old one did. But yeah, I wish they added some more characters that were a part of the scenes for the Helicarrier, like the Battle Damage Mark 6, and also like Falcon in his 2014 suit that is based off of the Winter Soldier movie, and also possibly some of the other members of the Avengers too, to complete the minifigure selection. But at least it's still a pretty good selection, especially Phil Coulson and Stealth Suit Cap. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome set, and I totally dig it. It's much better than the original one, and I just love everything about it too. So I don't have anything else to say, but this is a very awesome set. But I still wish this was a $370 set instead of $400, because that price would have been better in my opinion. But I still dig the set because it still looks so freaking cool. So I don't have anything else to say, but that is all I've got so far right here. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell to see button. And don't forget to Hulk smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about the new Helicarrier set for this year for the lineup. I'll see you later. Alligator.